Hello baddies and welcome to another episode of Badman Reviews. And this week we're going to be talking about something that came up in the news lately from Xbox. And it's a little statement saying that Xbox games will now be able to be cross-platformed with PC games, as long as the developers support this option. And even went as far as stating if other networks were interested, cross-platform between consoles, basically pointing towards Sony saying, hey, if you're into this, we're going to allow cross-platform between two different consoles, PS4 and Xbox, and then also PC, which is kind of an awesome idea if you think about it, and kind of at the same time a horrible idea. Now just give me a second to explain myself before you go off on, oh, why is this a bad idea? It expands all this other stuff and it makes friendships and yay, friendship. There's some bad sides to this, guys. Now just hear me out on this. There's a few things that I would like to mention. First off, it's awesome, it's great. Being able to play with friends on PS4, being able to play on PC is awesome. But you have to remember, it's highly unlikely that it will be anything but cross-game support. I really doubt you'll be able to invite your friends from PS4 to play with you. That means you would need a completely different system setup to allow cross-friend invitations, being able to add friends from different consoles onto your friends list, which doesn't seem like it could happen anytime soon, seeing as both systems would need a complete overhaul to allow a system like this. So it's more along the lines of just being able to play with other people on other consoles. Meaning you go into matchmaking, for example, the game that they're working on, Rocket League, you go into matchmaking and you have the option to play with other people on the PS4. Now, being able to invite friends who are playing on PC is probably more likely for both for the Xbox, seeing as Windows 10 is probably going to coincide with the Xbox One, allowing some kind of support there, which would be very interesting, being able to play PC games, PC friends, and Xbox friends together. I don't know how much the PS4 would be able to support that, since it's not Microsoft, but we'll have to see in the future what they decide to do with all of that kind of stuff. Basically, what I'm trying to point out here is don't expect to pop in Destiny and then invite your friends on PS4 to come play with you. I'm saying expect to play matchmaking and get matched with people on a PS4 or a PC. That's the one big flaw here that I'm looking at in the long run of when this gets announced and released. So don't get your hopes up for anything like that. But that's not my biggest issue with this. My biggest issue is that we've already had a game in the past that was cross-platform, and it didn't go too well. Don't get me wrong, it was an amazing game, and it worked. It was an amazing FPS game, or TPS game, I'm not quite sure. It was called Shadowrun, and it was for the Xbox 360. If you know it, you know it is a fantastic shooter game. It had a competitive run in the MLG circuit for a while, and it was a great game. But it had its back draws. It had one specific flaw: cross-platform between Xbox 360 and PC. Meaning that anyone playing on PC had a very obvious dedicated advantage, meaning they had mouse and keyboard, allowing them to be able to be more precise than a controller ever could be. Console players got auto aim, aim assists, they got that, while the PC version did not, but your PC version's still going to be more accurate than your Xbox 360 version. You could just play it and you can tell who was playing on Windows Vista at the time. It was Windows Vista. You could tell who was playing on it and who was playing on a 360 just by like the type of movements they were doing, the different kind of basically how well they were playing too sometimes. There's just that one obvious thing that is going to blow this. Any competitive FPS game you're going to want to be playing on PC now. You're not going to want to play on console. If you get matched with someone, if you're playing Call of Duty and you get matched with someone on PC, that PC player is going to have a high advantage over anyone playing console. I don't care how good you are. Any decent PC player is going to have a decent advantage over a good Xbox player or PS4 player, just because of mouse movement, which is disappointing. But on the other hand, it's an awesome idea for other things like Rocket League and The Division, Destiny, stuff like that, cooperative stuff where the competitiveness doesn't matter, but where if we start getting to see more competitive things put in, like Call of Duty, Battlefield, stuff like that, then we might start having some issues here. Dark Zone in The Division, you know, stuff like that. It worries me a little bit, and it worries me on what it might do to consoles. It might, all players on console Call of Duty might want to move to PC after playing with PC players. PC players probably are going to have a better connection due to the hardware that they're running in their PC. It's an issue that I can see rising up, and I'm interested in seeing how they deal with this, or if they're even thinking about this. This is something that people should definitely be thinking about. PC versus console is a huge thing. I don't care if you're a console player and you say you're amazing, a mouse is going to give you 10 times more accuracy than a controller ever could. I don't care what you say. I'm a huge console gamer, but a mouse is going to give you way more accuracy than a controller ever could. Like I said, I'm curious on seeing how this works out. I'm curious on what they're going to do with this. If you guys have any thoughts on basically anything I'm saying here, any thoughts on how they're going to do this whole PC versus Xbox versus PS4 cross-platforming when it comes to friends list, when it comes to competitive gaming on FPS shooter level, or even on other levels, like another one I was considering was Warframe. Cross-platforming between games like that is going to be interesting as well, seeing as both games would have to be updated at the same time, and the console versions are always way behind because there's so much you have to go through before putting out an update. It's why Steam stopped updating, it's why Valve stopped updating all of their games. It's why the Counter-Strike game on the Xbox is like vanilla Counter-Strike. It's why TF2 on the Xbox is like vanilla TF2 with only a few updates. It's because it's not worth it to them. They have to put in tons of stuff. They have to sometimes make people pay for this stuff that they don't want to, and they've just decided not to. And I'm wondering what they're going to do with Warframe, or games like that when it comes to cross-platform. Another aspect to that is Warframe has microtransactions, which doesn't really work when you transfer it over, because the PC version, all of the money goes to the Warframe people, the people who made the game. Meanwhile, the Xbox version, some of that portion goes to the Warframe people. So I don't quite see how games like that are going to be able to do cross-platform either. It's a very touchy subject that I'm kind of intrigued on how they're going to perform. The same way as with Rocket League. What if someone... I guess it would work where if someone's playing on PC and they buy on PC, then the money goes that way, and if they're playing on Xbox and they buy on Xbox, the money goes that way, but I don't know. I'm interested in seeing how this goes, and I want to know what you guys think on what's going to happen exactly and how you guys think it's going to play out. I'm very excited to see what you guys put in the comments, because I want to learn more on this. Maybe there's something I'm missing, maybe there's something I didn't read on that you guys might inform me in the comments, but I really want to know more about this because I'm intrigued, especially after playing Shadowrun so much and seeing what PC players can do, but also knowing at the same time that I would love to play Rocket League and expand a community and have tons of more friends to play with on Xbox, PS4, and PC. It really grows the gaming community, all of us being able to play together, which is an awesome experience that I can't wait to see, and it really worked again for Shadowrun. It expanded the community, allowing for PC players to play with Xbox players. So, I really can't wait to see where this goes. Maybe we'll see more at E3, maybe they'll announce something there, but until then, put all your speculations and crazy ideas in the comments below, and until then, I'll see you all in the next video.